Waterhouse formed a group in 1973 to focus on the public sector. It was soon renamed to the Office of Government Services, as it expanded beyond federal to state and local government, as well as international clients. By 1996, the group was renamed to the Gateway Group to recognize the private sector clients and worldwide presence. As we celebrate the 50th anniversary, many of us remember fondly our time at Waterhouse for many reasons. Listen to some of our stories, memories, and updates.
Hi, this is Bob Sandler. Memory of OGS that I wanted to share goes back to when I was still a student in the University of Maryland MBA program in 1985. As a recruiting tool, the OGS softball team played a game against the University of Maryland MBA program that spring. I played third base that game. A few weeks later, Roy Bombard came to campus to interview pending graduates, and I signed up. Aside from heading up recruiting, Roy was also the coach of the OGS softball team. When I walked into the interview room, literally, the first thing he said to me was, "Didn't you play third base?" Given that I had no practical work experience at the time, I am still firmly convinced that I was hired to work at PW simply because the OGS softball team needed a third baseman. Separately, I wanted to say thanks to Tim Liu for pulling this reunion together. I am really looking forward to seeing so many of you that for 12 years I considered not just my associates, but my good friends. Thanks again, Tim.
Hi, I'm Kevin Bacon. My wife Kim and I now live in Sacramento, California. We're back here after a 25-year round trip across the United States via Washington, D.C., Austin, Texas, and now back here where we started in Sacramento. We moved back here to be close to our son Bill, his wife Lauren, and our new granddaughter Nora. I'm retired now, but I'm still very active volunteer with the University of California Davis Foundation and with the Pacific Crest Trail Association, and I'm still a big hiker and backpacker, hence the interest in the Pacific Crest Trail. I was looking for an object that would remind me of Waterhouse, and what did I find? But a picture of an OGS partner-director meeting from June of 1993. It's hard to believe we all looked so young once upon a time. Anyway, I'm looking forward to coming to the weekend reunion, and I'll hope to meet a lot of people in person while I'm there. Thank you.
Hi everyone, it's Carolyn Coughlin. I was so delighted to receive the invitation for the OGS reunion. I don't remember ever getting them in the past, but maybe I wasn't paying attention. I really wish I could be there, but I'm going to be away. My husband is retiring in a couple of days, and we're going to go on a trip to Europe, and we'll be leaving on the day that the reunion starts. So just speaking of the fact that that he's retiring, we are moving out of the house we've lived in for 25 years at a boarding school in New Jersey and moving to this little cabin where I'm sitting right now. That's been our summer house. And so I was going through old photos, and I found a bunch of photos of Waterhouse people, and some of them were taken in Bolivia when I was working there 2 different times for USAID. And there were pictures of Kami Rabbani. There were pictures of Julia Alcaine, if anybody remembers her. Julia, maybe you're out there. Diana, I think it's Diana Lesbos, who was in the Dominican Republic with me, and Francis Claro, who was there, and Regis Cunningham, and there were a couple others whose names I can't remember actually, but what adventures those were. So I was really grateful to have my first 4 years out of college be at Waterhouse OGS, and it set me on a long life of adventure and travel. I hope you all have a great time, those of you who will be there.
Hello, friends. Stephanie Manuel Bailey here. I'm sure many of you have forgotten me or we never even met. So I'll give you a brief summary of who I am.
I started in audit in 1978, and I quickly transferred to IT consulting. That took me all over the country before I landed in OGS in 1993 to join the United Nations IMIS project. Truly the marquee of my career, but I foolishly left PwC for other career busts until joining Con Edison, where I retired in 2019, just in time for, 19 and 20. I got to improve my embroidery skills, which included making masks. Since then, Larry and I traveled several times a year and relocated to Sarasota, Florida. Just as I learned at OGS, I continue to try to see things from a different perspective and bend over backwards. By the way, I make my workout wear, also my golf outfits. It's not all play. I am on the board of Blanton Peel Institute and Counseling Center. That's a nonprofit focused on mental health care. OGS was very important to me. I came to it at a challenging time in my life and was seriously rescued by the support and, dare I say, love of my colleagues and teams.
I grew there as a leader and tried to mirror what I learned for the benefit of the people that worked for me. I was spoiled by PW and have always longed for the people that had such determination, intellect, and creativity. I look forward to seeing all of you again at the reunion.
Hey, Waterhouse people. I'm Patty Whaley. I was at Waterhouse in the 80s, left about 30 years ago, and moved to London to become head of information technology for Amnesty International back when email and the web were like new hot stuff. So I've been a social justice warrior for about 30 years now with several different charities. I retired from paid work about 9 years ago, but I'm still on the board of several charities. I've done a lot of local refugee work in the last couple of years, and been made a companion of the Order of St. Michael and St. George, which is a kind of honorary order of chivalry for people that have done a lot of international charity work. So that was nice. I have a second career as a church organist, so I play for a lot of choral evensongs and weddings and occasionally a solo recital. It pays practically nothing, but it allows you to make a huge amount of noise, which is good fun. My husband and I live in this little cottage that was built about 400 years ago in an old market town about an hour outside of London. So I'm very grateful to Waterhouse for getting me into IT work, which enabled me to move here and do a lot of fun and interesting stuff. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you. Hope you have a great reunion.
Hi everybody, Nicole Gardner here. So excited to see everyone for our reunion this weekend. It was really hard for me to come up with one thought, one memory, one story, so I created a top 10 list of why I love Waterhouse. Let's go. Number 1, the people. Talented, dedicated, and great human beings across the board. Number 2, the PW vision of excellence and our aspiration to help clients and make the world a better place. Number 3, our creativity. Whether we were dressing up for a skit or trying to bring our clients' vision and goals to life, creativity ran amok at PW, and we loved it. Number 4, the spirit of innovation. We had a culture of problem solving, and I think we actually didn't believe there were any problems that we couldn't solve. Number 5, the excitement of growth. During my time at Waterhouse, 1988 to 2002, we were a part of the blossoming of the consulting industry as a real-life business sector, and it was really fun. Number 6, the lifelong relationships. I'm still friends with Tom Kohlberg, the partner who hired me, and Karen Pirelli, the HR manager who sent me my offer letter. And I'm lifelong friends with many of you. You know who you are. Number 7, our clients. We worked for some of the biggest, most difficult, most challenging clients in the world. Number 8, and those clients had some of the most challenging problems in the world, and we relished solving them. Number 9, our resilience. No matter what life threw at us, war, government shutdown, natural disaster, we ran directly into the fray to try to help. And lastly, number 10, we're a family. Dysfunctional sometimes, but loyal and caring all the time, and especially when things got rough. Can't wait to see all of you.
Hey, after almost 25 years, I think it's about time that I throw Bud Dixon and Kaya Cool under the bus. Literally, this ideas mug from the Interior Department Electronic Acquisition System project is the only PW swag I have left, and I was never even on the project. So clearly, Bud and Kaya were doling out the swag to anybody who came along. Thanks, appreciate it.